this storyline for the last 2 days, Michael, has pushed completely off of the map the fact that Bill Belichick could be hired by any NFL team for a buyout of only $1 million. There have been 10 vacancies this year, 1/3 of the league, almost, is open. And his name has not come up a single time for any job. When the Bills interviewed Phillip Rivers late last week, I started just raising the simple question. If you're going to go that far outside the box to interview Phillip Rivers, why aren't you interviewing the guy? I mean, Phillip Rivers never even played in a Super Bowl. He's never coached at the college or NFL level. He's a high school football coach and a damn good quarterback. But if you're going to interview him, how are you not considering a guy who's won 6 as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator, generally regarded as the greatest game day coach of all time in possibly any sport? His ability to take, what was the old Bear Bryant saying? He can take his'n and beat your'n. He can take your'n and beat his'n, right? You got to be careful how you say that. Your apostrophe N, not urine. He can take your'n and beat his'n. And he can take his'n and beat your'n. Yeah, so just got to be careful with the enunciation. So he doesn't even get considered. And I started putting that out there, and I started poking around, and it's like the Bills have no interest in Bill Belichick. No, and none. People don't want, and this is the other explanation too, beyond the Tom Brady Bill Belichick relationship. I mean, Bill's got some stuff going on right now that make him less attractive as a head coach than he would have been even 2 years ago when he got one interview with the Atlanta Falcons. So it's just weird that it's come to this. Because when he was fired by the Patriots and he was in his suit and he was smiling, he thought he was going to be back. He thought he was going to still chase Don Shula. He thought it was going to happen. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And it's a combination of the perception that he would come in and try to take over an operation and fire everyone and bring in his own people. That created a natural resistance to Bill Belichick. That's why he didn't get the Atlanta job, I believe. And then you throw in the events of the past year. And it is possible. It is possible to believe two things. It is possible to believe that Bill Belichick will not and arguably should not coach an NFL team again, and he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Those two things are possible.
Right.
I don't know. Some people think that you got to think one or the other, or you got to think both. No, you can only think one or the other. Either he's a Hall of Famer, and he should be coaching right now, or he shouldn't be coaching the NFL and he's not a Hall of Famer. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, walk through the door, no brainer, mic drop, and I fully understand why no one wants to hire him.
Yeah, this is in a strange way. This story for Bill Belichick not getting to the Hall of Fame has been a nice PR story for him. It is. This story, even though he didn't get what he was looking for, this story has cleaned up a lot of the stuff that you just mentioned, that he hasn't gotten any interviews, and that, North Carolina, his first year, especially at the beginning of the year, was an absolute disaster. And some of the missteps that he had with his girlfriend being his PR representative, and then that changed. So all the things she tried to do PR-wise, hey, the Pro Football Hall of Fame has provided it for Bill Belichick for free. There's no salary there. Everybody is coming out, this outpouring for Bill Belichick and the celebration of him and this outrage toward the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But you're right, Mike. If you think about it, the guy with the least coaching experience of all NFL coaching candidates, Phillip Rivers, gets a look over the most decorated coach on the market, who has seen not one but two of his former players, get head coaching jobs. Coach Aaron Glenn with the Jets. Obviously, Coach Mike Vrabel with the Patriots. His former player is taking the Patriots to the Super Bowl. He lost out to Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris has already been fired, and now they've hired Kevin Stefanski over Bill Belichick. I mean, you think about some of the people who have gotten. Todd Monken was hired over Bill Belichick. If you say all these names, all these coaches who are either on the market or who have just gotten jobs or on to their second jobs, and you say Bill Belichick hasn't had a sniff since those guys got hired, it really is shocking the last few years, because I thought there was no chance when he did that press conference, that little performative press conference with Robert Kraft, a mutual parting. We all knew it wasn't. I said, yeah, he's probably going to be the coach of the Atlanta Falcons. And this is why you don't bet, Mike. See, I would have put a lot of money. I would have bet that pooping pug that Bill Belichick was going to be the head coach of the Falcons. Didn't work out and hasn't worked out for him.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.